Okay, good morning students. In today, in yesterday's class we were discussing regarding the cell division, cell cycle and cell division, and there we were completed regarding the divisions, type of division, mitotic division and meiotic division. Mitotic division, in the sense mitosis, it is the equational division I told you, and meiosis it is the reduction division. In mitosis, you are going to get the two cells are going to form. And in meiosis, the four cells are going to form. Mitosis, whatever the daughter cells are going to form, they are having the same chromosome number. In meiosis, the chromosome number is going to reduce from diploid to the haploid. Okay, that we were completed in a last class, and we have studied regarding the significance of mitosis, significance of meiosis, etc. Today, we are going to start the next chapter, chapter number 6. Chapter number 6, anatomy of flowering plant. Okay, I still remember you people regarding the before this what we have studied, morphology of flowering plant. Morphology morphology is nothing but the external appearance in a larger plants, animals, or any organisms which we can see with the naked eyes. Now, ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕಾಣ್ತಾವು ಅದು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಏನಂತ ಒಂದು ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಾಲ್ ದಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ morphology, and those whatever we are going to study the external appearance of an organisms, that is what we are going to call it as a morphological study. So what is going to happen like that here in today we are going to discuss about the anatomy of a flowering plant. Anatomy in the sense what internal structures, anatomy in the sense internal structures, in the sense here the study of internal structure, and their what we are going to call it as a function in a plants and animals, that is what we are going to call as a anatomy. That we are going to call it as a anatomy, study of internal structure of a organisms or a plant. What I used to write the anatomy in the sense the study of internal structures of an organism is called anatomy. Okay, now this is specific for common organisms. Organisms in the sense all these become plants, animals, virus, bacteria, whatever it may be. But if we are going to go for writing the definition of anatomy of a flowering plant, that time we are going to write the study of internal structure of a plant is called as a plant anatomy. That is called as a plant anatomy. Okay, the study of internal structure of a plant is called as a plant anatomy. And you all know about the plants have the cell as a basic unit. Cell is the basic unit of plants. Okay, in plants also we are going to get the cell is a basic unit. And earlier when we have discussed about the animal, what we have studied the animal kingdom. In animal kingdom we have discussed regarding the organization, cellular organization, in the sense cellular organization, tissue level of organization, organ level of organization we have studied. Like that here you all know what this is the cell. Afterwards the specialized cells are going to form a tissues, and the tissues are going to organize into the, and they are going to form the organ, then organs, okay, the two or more organs are going to come together and they are going to form a organ system. Okay, this is what the structure, the organisms they are made up of a structures, in the sense cell is a basic unit, afterwards the tissue, organ and organ system. Like that you all come across these things when we have studied regarding the animal kingdom, the characteristics of a different phylums, invertebrates and whatever. That time we have studied cellular level of organization, organ level of organization, organ system level of organization and all. Okay, like that when we are going to study about the particular plant, that time you are going to find the cell, tissue, organs, and those tissues are going to form in organs, and the different organs are having the different internal structures or similar, sometimes similar internal structures. That may depends how we are going to study that. On the basis of that only we are going to categorize the plants. Idita similar structure on kade different ಎಂದು categorization ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತ classification ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So this is also very important for the classification anatomical structures. Okay, so here the anatomy is the study of internal structure of an organism is called as anatomy, and when we are going to write the definition regarding a plant, that time the study of the internal structure of plants is called as a plant anatomy. And I told you what the plants have. The cell is a basic unit. Cells are organized into tissue. First cells are organized into tissue, then these tissues are organized into the different organs, and sometimes the different organs have showing their internal structure that is same or difference within the angiosperms. For example, when we are going to go for the higher, what we are going to call plants, higher plants in the sense angiosperms. In angiosperm we are going to study two different kinds of plants. One is monocots, dicots. Monocots and dicots. Monocots and dicots. D-I-C-O-T-S. Here the internal structures of both these monocots and dicots are different. They come under the angiosperms. Okay. The sense angiosperms are the flowering plants. Whatever we are studying now, the flowering plants, all the flowering plants are come under the angiosperms. Okay. So this is about what, and sometimes these anatomical structures are going to vary according to their environmental, what we are going to call it, abiotic factors, so temperature, drought, availability of water, and other things. Okay. Based upon that, they have to adapt for the surrounding environment. Adapt ಅಂತಂದಾಗಿನ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ವಾತಾವರಣ ಹೊಂದ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಆ ಹೊಂದ್ಕೋ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಏನಾಗೈತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಅವ್ರ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಏನು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಏನೊಂದು ಅವ್ರದ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, that can be various from one plant to the another plant. So this is about what basic thing we have to know regarding the what anatomy, the definition, and afterwards I told you the basic unit of a plant is a cell. Then the cells are going to organize into a tissue is organized into the organ. The internal structure of organs may it is different or similar. Okay, and then I told you about the angiosperms. Based upon the internal structures, we are going to differentiate monocots and dicots. And the internal structures or anatomy is to differ on the basis of what the environmental conditions, and the plants have to adapt for the different environmental conditions. So these are the importance of the what we are going to call them as a anatomical structures, so that we have to study the anatomy in the sense internal structure of a plant. Now I have to start with the first, that is the tissues. T-I-S-S-U-E-S, tissues. The tissues in the sense what? How we are going to define the tissues in the sense a group of specialized cells. A group of specialized cells or a group of cells. If you don't want to specialize in a way, a group of cells with the common origin, having a common origin, having a common origin and usually performs performing the same function is called as tissue. It's called as a tissue or a tissue. Right? This is about what the definition of tissue. A plant is made up of different kinds of tissues, and this is what the definition. And when we are going to discuss about the plants are made up of different kinds of tissues, and these tissues mainly divided into two types. What are those? In the sense, meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. What? The two kinds of tissues: meristematic, MERISTEMATIC, meristematic tissue; permanent tissue, PERMANENT, permanent tissue. Okay? And these two kinds of tissues, how they are going to classify based upon the capacity of division, whether they are going to divide or they are going to stop the division. Meristematic tissue in the sense, the cells in the tissue which are capable to divide and redivide continuously. In permanent tissue, the cells are going to stop their dividing nature. That is the difference between the meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. In the sense, the tissues, the first definition of tissue, a group of cells having a common origin and usually performing the same function. Is called as what we are going to call it as a tissue. And the plants are made up of different kinds of tissues. Mainly they are divided into meristematic tissue and another one is permanent tissue. Meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Okay. We will move towards the next now. The different kinds of tissues. In that, first we are going to discuss meristematic tissue. First we are going to start discussing about the meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue. What is going to happen? The growth in a plant is largely restricted to the specialized region, actively cell division called as a meristematic. Meristematic in the sense what? The growth of plants. Okay, the growth of plants is restricted to specialized region. Restricted to the specialized regions. Restricted to the specialized regions of active cell division. Is called meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue in the sense what? Meristematic. It's called as a meristems. Not meristematic tissue, meristems. Okay. When the plant is going to start growing in its height or its width, that time in a specialized places, one specialized places the cells are active and they are going to divide and redivide. Such cells are called as a meristem. And is a meristose. This is from Greek meristose, MERISTOS. Meristose in the sense division. Meristone in the sense divide. Is divide. In the sense the specialized restriction sites are there, or restriction what regions are there, only there you are going to find the cells which are capable to divide and redivide, and they are contribute for the growth of the plant, and those are called as a meristems. And we are going to call meristem. It is come from the Greek word meristone, that is a divide, and plants have the different kinds of meristems. So now in plants we are going to get the different kinds of meristems. Different kinds of meristems. What are those meristems in the sense? Based upon the position in a plant, you are going to what? Means there are the different kinds of meristems. I am going to drawing the diagram here for the different kinds of meristems. So this is the structure. Here at the tip of the stem, we are going to get the first kind of meristem, that is the apical meristem. That is what we are going to call it as a apical meristem. 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 Apical meristem. It is here. Apical meristem. Then we are going to find the second type of tissue. Second kind of tissue, that is or meristem, that is intercalary meristem. Second type we are going to call it as a intercalary meristem. Understood? And next one is lateral meristem. Intercalary meristem. And last one is a lateral meristem. Based upon the structure I drawn on the board, what the meristematic tissue, in the sense the growth of the plant is restricted to the specialized region, that is active cell division. We are going to call that as a meristem. And in plants we are going to get the different kinds of meristems. One is apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and last one is a lateral meristem. Now when we are going to talk about the apical meristem, it is found tip of the stem and root. It is found tip of the what? Stem and root. Intercalary, it is found where we are going to find the intercalary meristem. That is what we are going to find. Where we are going to find the intercalary meristem, in the sense this is occurs in between the mature tissue in the sense in between the stems, and this is leads to the formation of buds and leaf. Formation of buds, axillary buds and leaf. This is the intercalary. Lateral meristem, in the sense it is lateral meristem. It is found particularly in a mature regions of the root and shoot. It is found mature regions of the plants, mature regions of the roots and shoots of the plants. Okay, this is about this. And now these both apical and lateral meristems are going to arise first. So we are going to call this one as a primary meristems. Both apical and lateral meristems appear early in the life of the plant, and they are contribute to the formation of primary plant body. These are going to contribute to the formation of primary plant body. So we are going to call them as a, what we are going to call them as a primary meristems, and they are going to form a primary plant body. And whatever this is, the lateral meristem is there. The lateral meristem is going to contribute to formation of the secondary growth. It is helpful for the secondary growth. Okay, so this is about what? The meristematic tissue, the definition of meristem, and afterwards there are the last one is the lateral meristem, L-A-T-E-R-A-L. Another name for this is secondary meristem. Here, these both are primary meristem. The lateral meristem is secondary meristem. Okay, this is about what today's class. In today's class, we have discussed about the tissue, definition of tissue, different kinds of tissue, meristemic tissue and permanent tissue. And in meristemic tissue, we have discussed about the definition of meristem and three kinds of meristems: apical, intercalary and lateral meristem. Apical and intercalary meristems are called as a primary meristem, and lateral meristem is called as a secondary meristem. Okay, I'm going to stop here. I'll continue next with the next concept.